So I flew into Malaga for my Andalusia tour, and went to Triumph Adventure Experience Spain in Malaga, and picked up a Triumph Tiger Rally Pro, which is an absolutely terrific bike and perfect for a trip like this. And then set off into the hills. So first I went north to Ronda, and then down to the coast to Cadiz, and then round back up north to a place called Carmona near Seville, and then from Carmona to Cordoba, and then from Cordoba to Ubeda, and then to Granada, and then down finally on the last day through the Sierra Nevada mountains down to the coast and back to Malaga. So it took about a week. Really brilliant trip, lovely and warm, dry roads, just an incredible place, amazing cities, the national parks, the mountains, just wonderful really. So definitely if you're looking for a place to go on your next trip, definitely recommend Andalusia, and to ride in January in such a wonderful in such wonderful conditions is just a real joy. So definitely recommend Andalusia. So my first overnight stop was Ronda, which is an absolutely beautiful town in Andalusia. But what makes it unique is that the town is split by this incredible gorge. It's really spectacular. I'll show you in a minute, but unbelievable. So I stayed here at the Hotel Maestranza just for one night. Really nice place, super convenient underground car park. And the staff were really, really lovely, really helpful. So I recommend that if you're going through Ronda. So this is that gorge which splits the town of Ronda in two. It's an absolutely unforgettable sight. So, I'm in the car park at the Hotel Maestranza in Ronda. Really nice place, lovely staff, and yeah, fantastic night last night. Such a lovely place, incredible gorge running through the middle of the town is just absolutely spectacular. So I'm off to Cadiz now. The routes I've got planned are fairly easy, really. Today, going up through through some of the national parks in Andalusia, through the mountains, and then on to Cadiz, which is obviously a famous seafaring town on the coast of Andalusia. Right, which way are we going? I think I'm going left. Right hand side of the road, don't forget. Oh, it's another gorgeous day. So heading out of Ronda now. So this is that incredible bridge over that huge chasm that kind of splits the town. Absolutely incredible. I have to say, I think Ronda is just an absolutely spectacular place and really beautiful. So definitely put that on your list. So I'll do my tour guide bit. So just on the left is the famous bull ring in Ronda. So a couple of statues outside of matadors, and as any aficionado will tell you, that Ronda's a bit of an epicenter of bullfighting, and some of the kind of critical developments in bullfighting, like the use of the cape, were developed here. You know, obviously you might not necessarily be a big fan of bullfighting. I know it tends to divide opinions more than somewhat, but there you go. I mean, it's culture, you know, it's part of the culture. What can I say? Tell you what, I do love this about Spain at this time of the year is the oranges in the trees. I mean, it's a seasonal crop, but January is just the time for the oranges, and there's just something about seeing streets lined with orange trees. It's just really lovely. Nope, not that one. I must admit, I'm pretty pleased with the Tiger 900 at the moment. So I used to have an 800 XCA kind of off-roady one a few years back. So I was quite keen to see the 900 and just see what it's like. And to be frank, it all feels pretty familiar. It's been a while since I rode the 800, so it's hard to really say, well, yeah, this is different, that's different. But yeah, I mean, I love my old one, and this feels like a great bike. This is the sort of off-road one. This is the Rally Pro. But the hire company are pretty keen for you not to take it off-road for obvious reasons. This is the most incredible road. It's between these sort of high cliffs, it's like a kind of gorge. It's just spectacular. And it's a Sunday morning, so maybe it shouldn't be that surprising, but the roads do seem really quiet. You know, whenever you say something like that, that's when you see some cars. Well, it's just spectacular scenery. Look at these cliffs, they're just unbelievable. So they've just come down from the, I guess the top of the hills behind me through these switchbacks. It's just really fun to ride. So just coming into the city of Cadiz, which is on the Atlantic coast in Andalusia. Absolutely beautiful place. It's reputedly one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in Europe. It was founded in about 1100 BC, so it's really ancient. And right in the middle of Cadiz is the old town, which is a real maze of narrow cobbled streets and which open out into big squares. So it's a really spectacular place to visit. Another day, another car park. So this is the Monte Puerta Tierra Hotel in Cadiz, and it was very nice. So I'm just heading out to Cadiz now. Just a fantastic, really ancient city, like a kind of maze of narrow streets, and just fantastic, really amazing. There's a lovely beach too, so an hour on the beach, just chilling out, which was really nice. This is a fantastic bridge that links Cadiz to the mainland. It's got a really long name. So something like the Punta. I can't even think. It refers to a constitution, I think, of 1812 or something like that. But anyway, it's a spectacular bridge. Even though I might not be familiar with the constitution of 1812. God, just so lush out here. You always think of southern Spain as being dry and arid, but I think it's obviously January. I think we've had a reasonable amount of rain, but I think a bit of altitude as well. It's just really gorgeous countryside. So I'm heading north now. I've come from Cadiz, so on the coast, and back into the hills. And I must admit, the land around Cadiz is quite flat, so it's a bit of a dull ride once you get out of the hills. But yeah, I'm really glad to be up here again. But it's so nice to be riding a motorbike in January with dry roads, blue skies. The temperature's not warm particularly, it's probably about 15 degrees, it's just right, you know, not too hot, not cold. So I've been climbing on this road for ages, it's just going up and up. So it's the A2304. It's a bit sketchy in places actually. Usually the road services in Spain so far have been fantastic, but this is a little bit crumbly in places. This is just an amazing stretch of road. It's just it's quite a kind of narrow kind of country road. It's just climbed and climbed and climbed. Very rugged countryside, very hilly, twisty. A nice twisty climb up into the mountains. Amazing looking village right up there on the that kind of rocky outcrop. So we're at a place called Zahara. So just riding into Carmona now, which is a lovely town. It's quite near Seville, but the old part of the town is built on a hill with a palace on the top, the palace of King Don Pedro, and it's a parador, so you can stay there, and that's where I'll be staying tonight. So here we are now, high up at the top of the old town, and just approaching the Alcázar del Rey Don Pedro, which is a sort of castle palace on the top of the hill. And as I say, it's a parador, which means it's sort of like a hotel, and you can stay there. But it's absolutely stunning place, and what an amazing location. Right, so another glorious day, and I'm just leaving the Parador de Carmona, which is fairly palatial. That's probably because it is a palace. So if you don't know if you come across the Paradors, but I think they're run by the Spanish government, and they're basically stately homes and historical buildings that they turn into hotels, but they're absolutely awesome. And they're not crazy expensive, but just absolutely incredible buildings. Right, so the plan for today is to head north from Carmona into the Sierra Morena Mountains, and then I'm going to ride east through the mountains and then drop down into Cordoba, where I'll be staying tonight. So I'm on the A447 in the Sierra Morena, which is like just this incredibly twisty mountain road. Absolutely fantastic. I've got 50 kilometers on the clock, it says, of total twistiness. So I think this is going to be an awesome hour, I guess. It's just twisting kind of down the hillside at the moment, but it's a bit sort of up and down. It's just another gorgeous day as well. Must admit, I am the world's slowest rider. I'm gonna have to speed this up post to make it a bit more exciting. So we're going up now. So the road surface is a bit on the rugged side. Some really sharp hairpins climbing up. It's just spectacular up here. Absolutely amazing. Just look at that view. It's just spectacular up here. It's absolutely stunning. The A447 Sierra Morena, check it out. So yeah, I had an absolutely fabulous afternoon riding through the Sierra Morena mountains, and then dropped down into Cordoba and spent a night there. And I must say, Cordoba is just such an amazing city. I mean, a real mix of cultures, just ancient architecture, but there's just a real vibe about the place. So you know, must see location on any trip to Andalusia. So I'm just heading out of Ubeda, where I stayed last night, which is a lovely town, kind of lots of Renaissance buildings, really beautiful. Stayed in a lovely hotel. So just travelling out of town now, and on my way to the Cazorla National Park. So getting back up into the hills. And then I'm going to ride through the park to Granada. So I'll be staying in Granada tonight, and really looking forward to that. Obviously, one of the highlights of a trip to Andalusia. But so it should be a great day, and you know, a great. You know, really looking forward to my visit to Granada. So I think I'm still in the Cazorla Natural Park, or National Park Cazorla. I've actually just stopped for lunch in Cazorla and had a really lovely lunch actually on the square there. There's a hotel, probably the Hotel de Cazorla, maybe. But anyway, really nice, but the service was just incredibly slow. So it took me about an hour and a half to have a salad and a cup of coffee, but it was very nice. But everybody else was, you could tell people were there for the day. But anyway, really lovely little town in the mountains. So now I'm just, I'm really kind of making my way to Granada through the hills. So I've got 155 kilometers to go. So still quite a way really. So I should be in Granada by about 6. And my hotel sent me some slightly complicated directions to get there. Apparently, a route that enables you to avoid the emissions charges that have been introduced there. So we'll see. Must admit, my last hotel in Cordoba, where Cordoba's got emissions charges as well. My last hotel was like super helpful and actually organised my permits both going in and coming out, so I had no worries about the congestion charge. So if you're visiting some of the big cities in Andalusia, it's worth asking your hotel, can they sort it out for you? This place in Granada didn't seem to be able to do that, but they've given me this route, so we'll see what happens. I think they must be the Sierra Nevada in the background there, because they've actually got snow on the top, which, given that it's 22 degrees now, must be some altitude really to entertain snow. But I am going to try and ride through the Sierra Nevada tomorrow, so I'm kind of hoping it's not going to be some sort of winter horror story. We'll see. So I'm on the A315 now. This is some crazy switchbacks to get me up this high. It's just an incredible road. So it's another one of these huge dams. I'm not sure what river this is. It might be the Guadalquivir again. How spectacular is that? It's incredible over there. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that on the camera. Can't really stop here for a picture, but it is awesome. So I'm just riding into Granada now, actually following the rather complicated route my hotel has sent me, which in theory ought to get me through the emissions zone without incurring a charge. There's a really nice hotel, so right next to the cathedral, right in the heart of Granada. So, stayed in this hotel last night right by the cathedral. Really super swanky. It's kind of sort of built around a courtyard. The most impressive thing about it actually is the parking. I'll show you in a minute. So this is really the last day of my trip. So the plan for today is to head out of Granada and then up into the Sierra Nevada mountains, which I think are the second highest mountains in Europe after the Alps. So maybe even higher than the Pyrenees. But anyway, so I'm looking forward to riding through the Sierra Nevada. But then the plan is to head down to the coast, and then I'll ride along the coast back to Malaga, and sadly give the old Tiger 900 back. So it's really the last riding day of my trip, and I'm really looking forward to it. Wow, what a sight! Sierra Nevada mountains, and look at that fort on the hill there. That is. This is Callaora. So I'm heading into the Sierra Nevada National Park, which is obviously the mountains here. Reputedly higher than the Pyrenees. And they are actually snow-capped. It's awesome. But I'm fairly confident the roads will be okay. And it's 18.5 degrees now. I mean, although we're going to go high up, I just can't see the roads being icy or anything like that. That fort just looks awesome. I might stop and do a photo actually, that's just too good to be true. Such a great road. It started off really narrow and twisty, but it's sort of widened out now. I think I might have missed the snow peaks though. We sort of went past them, and then I just get the feeling I'm on the other side of that now. It's slightly disappointing. Look at that road though. So we're now on the kind of coast road. So I think I joined it around Motril, now heading towards Malaga. Just a really easy cruise along. Occasional views of the Mediterranean. Because in many ways this is the sort of side of Andalusia that's most familiar to people. The kind of Mediterranean coastline. And it is stunning. Lovely beaches, all of that sort of stuff that you associate with the coast here. I think the really built up bits like Torremolinos and places like that a bit further along. I think they're on the other side of Malaga, I think. Yeah, I think. So really now I'm just sort of riding back to Malaga, where I'm due to drop the bike off in about an hour or so. On reflection, it's been an absolutely terrific trip. So so obviously, just to recap, I picked the bike up from Triumph Adventure Experience last Saturday, and then straight off the plane, and then picked the bike up and then straight out into the hills to the north of Malaga to beautiful Ronda. Then the next day I went through the national parks around Ronda, and then back down towards the coast to Cadiz. Had a fantastic day at Cadiz. It's a beautiful and ancient city, good wander around there. And then from Cadiz I went to Carmona, which is near Seville. I mean, Seville would have been an obvious choice of destination, but I've been there recently, so I decided to skip it, but took a route up through the national parks in that sort of I guess to the west of Ronda. Had a fantastic day's riding, and Carmona itself is a beautiful place, and stayed in one of the paradors there, which on the top of a hill, so it's in an old castle, through the Sierra Norte and Sierra Morena, the mountain ranges in the north, and then down into Cordoba, and then after that off to Ubeda, which is another great place, sort of Renaissance, famous for its Renaissance architecture and stuff. So, and then Ubeda to Granada, again another fantastic day's riding through the Sierra de Cazorla, and then from Granada, which is an absolutely spectacular place. If you haven't been there, it's definitely worth visiting. I've come across the Sierra Nevada, the high mountains in Andalusia, and then down to the coast, and here I am. So yeah, probably done about 1,500 miles, so a really good trip. All been super easy, really, no mishaps or any difficulty whatsoever. Everywhere I've stayed I've really enjoyed. Yeah, it's been a terrific week.